Okay, we're now live out of 14 out of 15 channels. JR Ryder, Trendy Orca. What's up, guys? Man, that was quick. You guys got here quick. You guys weren't even playing. You guys were all like, just like, refresh, damn it, refresh, damn it, refresh, damn it, refresh. Aha, he's live. Hippie Chick, hello. Trendy Phillip, hello, hello. I got that Pinoy Golden Diamonds. It's all I've been smoking for the last, I don't know, 3 shows, man. Yo, Token Dave, what's up, son? You guys that follow me on Twitter, dude, we've been blowing it up, man. At Nave's Garden over there on Twitter, man. It's been a crazy couple of hours, so get over there and check out the excitement. It's a lot of fun. And we got a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. I've got some very interesting tweets that I put up and interesting things that have happened over the last few hours. Well, I think we talked about Neil Young and Joe Rogan on here this morning, right? Remind me. I'm pretty sure we covered that. Ron Placone completely agrees with me. I said, did I say complone? Did I say complone? Ron Placone completely agrees with, because I was going to say completely. Okay, it makes sense. IKEA. IKEA. Them diamonds, son. Pinoy. Yeah, Pinoy's right there, bro. JR Ryder. He's in the chat. He's right there. JR Ryder. Pinoy grower. Ask him yourself. Why you acting like he ain't here, man? Why you acting like he ain't here? Putting together some new IKEA. Love when they bitch slaps people's perceptions. You know, I act like I'm angry on the show, right? And I say that I'm the realest podcaster on the internet. Somebody called me on that. I was waiting for someone to call me on that shit and say, dude, you're not real at all. That's not really who you are. You say it to your audience all the time. You say you're playing a character. You say that the anger is faux anger. I know, because it's true. It is. And I tell you guys I'm playing a character because I am, right? That's pretty real. You know, I could go in and out of character all day long, especially when I'm on camera. But it was a good accusation. I was just waiting for someone to make the accusation so I could explain it. I'm like, well, yeah, I know I'm playing a character. That's not the real part about it. I'm in character. It's the way the character addresses reality. You know, the way Trendy Nay looks at facts, data, science, reality, and gives it to you in a way that no one else generally will, because there's just so much narrative. There's so much syrup. And man, I saw Ron Placone just now. He was live. No syrup. You know, no sugar coating. He was defending no one except the truth, and I love him for it. Oh, it's so refreshing. He sounded just like me. He still loved his music, still loved the man. He said, I disagree with him on him trying to control Joe Rogan's narrative. Right? Yeah, it's a fine wire that we walk, Ron Placone and me. It's a fine line we traverse, but that's the truth. That's it. You're either on the line or you're not. You could be anywhere else, but on the line, on the truth. It's not an easy line to walk. It's not. It takes dedication. You have to bargain with yourself sometimes. You have to recognize things that you're saying. Why? Well, you can't have a freaking narrative anymore. You're not allowed to have a fucking narrative, because guess what narrative is? It's spin. Real name on the show, real one. Thanks. All right. You know better. Real one. You know better. Don't use my real name on the chat. Need to get the equipment to podcast and then invite Nay and everyone. So no matter what, he has a platform to do this. Nay's the best to podcast and then invite Nay and everyone else on. No. What happened here? Hold, please. Lost the chat. I just lost the chat, guys. Give me a second. I'm sorry. If you typed something and it didn't appear on my screen or I didn't respond to it, I didn't see it then. And I'm sorry. I just refreshed the chat. Hey, BJ, what are you talking about? Neil Young? Yeah, we discussed Neil Young briefly, but we're back. We're back. Thank you, Billy Bong. We're back. And I'm sorry, guys. Little Elon hiccup there. What perception am I destroying? All the indoctrinations, all the syrup that we pour over ourselves to just kind of rationalize, where we're coming from. Just kind of say it's okay for us to lie a little bit because we're trying to get something we want. It's like my dad used to tell me, when you're doing business with people, you fucking lie to them. That's business. I hated that. I always fucking hated that because he used to yell at me when I would lie to him. But it was okay for me to lie to other people if I was doing business, So it always was a conflict in my mind, And I've just decided, I just got to keep it real. I guess I'm not going to be a savvy businessman. I got to keep it real. You want to buy my truck? Yeah, it's only worth $2,500. Sorry. I'm not going to tell you it's worth $5,000. Spit on you and tell you it's raining. I hate that shit. I don't care whether you're doing business or not, It's okay if it's business, though, right? I get Neil Young's point. Joe Rogan's an idiot. But Cinnabon can't tell the mall food court to remove McDonald's or they'll leave. Nobody gives a fuck about Heart of Gold muffins. McMuffins sell more. Said that, I want to get it up on the chat here. What Billy just said, guys. Hey, Karen. Enoch. Thank you for the digit, Karen. I get Neil Young's point, too. That's why I don't hate him. At the same time, hey, man, let's not silence people we disagree with. Even if they are lying, you don't get to silence them. You just don't get to do that. It's not what you get to do, Here we go. That's better. I think that's better. Did they take Neil off Spotify? Yeah, they took him off Spotify. He wanted it that way. He did not want to be on Spotify. And you know what? I'm looking into registering a Spotify account because good for Spotify. I like a social media company or a media company, I should say, that is the champion of free speech. This was funny, Billy. I had to put that on screen, man. Oops. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Look at me. Okay. I got to keep it legit low. I totally agree. Keep it honest. Okay. You are the truth. And they never known you to lie ever. Well, my dad caught me lying a few times when I was a kid, man. He used to beat the shit out of me every time he caught me. It's Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Enoch says, I actually got Spotify today myself. Neil just gave them a bunch of advertising. How funny is that, Billy Bong, right? There's a lot of people, and they seem to be, they kind of seem a little leftish. I don't know. They kind of seem a little demish. I don't know. That are on Twitter that are screaming for, Spotify to take Joe Rogan down and put Neil Young back on. Hey, man, This ain't about whose word you believe. You know? It's about allowing everyone to have a voice. And, you know, maybe Neil Young should learn more tolerance, like Ron Placone has, like I have, because we were taught by Jimmy Dore. That's kind of weird to say, isn't it? After taking him down today. I did a good job on that one. That's on the earlier show. I took Jimmy down hard. He needed it. Needs to be put in his place. I don't even use Spotify, son. I don't even use it. I'm just going to register an account. Look, somebody's wagging his tail in his dreams. Somebody's wagging his tail. Expletive deleted. I fucking love it. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and expletive deleted. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and done. Tony Orlando and done. I don't use Spotify. Crosby, Stills. Okay. What up? Hey, Josh G, just finished your last show. Oh, did you have fun on that last show? Do you know what I realized today when I was watching Ron Placone on Twitter? And he had 2 viewers. It said it had 2 viewers that were supposedly watching. I'm like, well, I'm watching. You know, I'm not seeing the Twitter viewers. And if somebody is going through Twitter and this show comes up, it doesn't register as a view for me. So I wonder how many people watch from Twitter. You know, there are probably a few. You know, Jimmy Dore could be watching me from Twitter and I wouldn't know it. I don't think he follows me on Twitter, though. I love Spotify as a contractor. It is a must. I got to have music and talk. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Okay, so good. We're ready for that. We're ready for them Pinoy diamonds. Yes. Yes. We're going to smoke some diamonds. We're going to talk some smack. Let me tell you something. Got all kinds of shit on Twitter to discuss with you guys. All kinds of things, man, have been going on. You know, this thing with Jon Stewart and Bernie Sanders, we're going to start with that. So this is what I'll do. I'll start that while I'm heating up, okay, so you guys can see this.
Virality. Is it that people don't accept it? Nah, it's got to be something more than that. And was...
Now, just a little background here. I love Jon Stewart. You know, if I was out on the street and I saw like a crowd of people surrounding him or something, I'd go over there and I would fucking throw down for him. That's how I feel about Jon Stewart. I would risk my own personal physical body for Jon Stewart. So you guys know how I feel about it. I do the same thing for Jimmy Dore. Just so you guys know how I feel about these guys, that I might disagree with them on something, you know, and forget about it. Neil Young, I would die for that motherfucker. I would. That music, I'd die for that motherfucker. I would. If I was out somewhere and somebody was attacking Neil Young, you know, and I could do something to stop it, I'd take a bullet, I'd do whatever the fuck, I'd push him out of the way and get hit by a car. I would. I'd sacrifice myself for Neil Young. I would do the same for Jon Stewart. I'd do the same for Jimmy Dore. I know Billy's like, you're crazy. I am a little crazy. But that's how I feel about people who have given me so much of their time. Entertainment, music, information, education. I've grown with these guys. I have, you know, in my own opinion, I've improved myself thanks to a lot of their inspiration, right? So just so you know where I stand with Jon Stewart, all right? Before you start talking all kinds of shit about him or calling him names or anything, okay? I'm just giving you guys a fair heads up. I really love the guy. But understand, he's about to fuck up in like the biggest way possible. Fucking StreamYard's on screen. That is so weird. Sorry about that. No law regarding Jon Stewart fucking it all up and having some fucking cock-smoking BBC douchebag on his fucking show that is a non-reporting fucking scumbag. But I digress. Here's the background. I'm sorry.
I don't think everyone who sort of believes in Q necessarily has the same set of beliefs, because it's a very wide-ranging.
Not a monolith.
No, it's not, and it's sucked in lots of other conspiracy theories with it. So there's a lot of stuff about vaccines and 5G and Soros and all the old anti-Semitic stuff. Obviously, the drinking blood stuff is just recycled blood. We know what
Gabriel, it's a classic. We've been running down that one for years. That's a
centuries.
Yes.
So I think it's a spectrum. But what for me was so interesting when I started really looking into it and kind of
you really looked into
speaking to these people and trying to understand what they believed and why they believed it, because there's been quite a lot of stuff done about what they believe, and quite a lot of stuff done about who was behind it and who was pulling the strings, and that's really interesting. But I hadn't really heard anything convincing about why would they believe this. I mean, it's bonkers, right? And what I sort of got to, and again, I don't think this applies to every.
Jimmy wouldn't piss on your teeth if your mouth was on fire. Fuck that guy. He's probably wearing a silicone mask. I had to read that one out loud. Where's your chat at? That was great. Oh, that was the chat that was supposed to be up. Fucking goddamn these motherfucking cunts over here at XSplit. Okay.
Everyone, but it certainly, I think, applies to Jake Chansley, the Q shaman guy.
Right.
Like, if you listen to some of the stuff he says and you take it literally, like you think he literally believes that, Hillary Clinton is running this. It's nonsense. Why would we even spend, 7 episodes of the BBC's time looking into that, right? That's pointless.
Now, do you remember, you guys, before I saw this morning on this morning show, do you remember me when I was ragging on the UK? And jokingly, but I did say this, I was like, fuck the UK. Those idiots rely on the BBC and the Daily Mail to get their news. Did anybody hear me say that on this morning show? Did anybody hear me say that on this morning show? Let me know. It's what I said. You go look it up. Guess where this motherfucker's from? He's from the fucking BBC. And I said, these are unreliable news sources. These guys don't take... You remember, Josh? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Nick Brown, thank you. Thank you for remembering. Yes. So I already said it. And then I saw this. And it's so funny because this cock smoker is from the BBC. And listen to what he's about to say. Those of you who follow me on Twitter, you already saw this. Oh, or if you follow me on Instagram, or if you follow me on TikTok. Well, I don't know if I put this on TikTok, but I did put it on IG. And you guys that followed at Nays Garden Show on Instagram and TikTok, you guys already saw this. So you're already ahead of everybody else.
If you take QAnon as a sort of parable, right? So they believe that a cabal, if you will, or a bunch of people whom we don't know very much about, they're not necessarily too much in the public eye, have huge amounts of power in the world because the world is changing through the internet and how the world is run and where the power sits is changing. And they're effectively running the world in ways that we can't really see and can't really understand.
Here comes the disclaimer.
Might not be to our benefit.
Here comes the disclaimer.
Well, hold on a minute. Maybe they're onto something.
Here comes the disclaimer.
That's interesting, Gabriel, but why sabotage the credibility of that skepticism with something that is so easily, like in the basement of the pizza place, disprovable and seemingly outlandish enough as to take away from that moment you had just now where you said, well, maybe they are onto something. But why create parables or metaphors that are so outrageous when that's such a simple and understandable yes?
Yeah. Well, it's a good question.
Here you go. Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
And as a kind of very balanced and neutral BBC reporter.
Oh, really? As a very balanced and neutral BBC reporter, he really felt the need to say that before he was about to just straight fucking lie to Jon Stewart. He literally just felt the need to just all of a sudden, I'm going to just spout my credentials before I say this to give it a little bit more strength, a little bit more credence. You know? Okay, I'm a BBC reporter. I'm balanced and fair, right? What did this fucking jack-off just say?
I create parables or metaphors that are so outrageous.
What did he just
when that's
say?
Such a
Listen.
simple
When you could
and,
just say,
and
listen.
understandable. Yes.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
Well, it's a good question. And
Thank you.
That's and as a kind of very balanced and neutral BBC report.
As a very kind of balanced, as a very kind of, what's very kind of? You fucking word mincing, canceling out, fucking not making any sense whatsoever, moron. That doesn't even, that, dude, he literally just said those two words right after each other. I mean, let's just pull that apart because what he's about to say is going to blow your minds. But I just want to pull it apart, the setup.
Very balanced and neutral BBC report.
Wait, what? Somewhat very?
And as a kind of very balanced.
Kind of very. As a kind of very. What? Which is it? It can only be one or the other. It can only be kind of or very. And as soon as you say kind of, it negates the very. But this is a reporter from the BBC. Oh, so you know that it means nothing. Absolutely nothing. These guys are fucking are jack-offs. They're fucking hacks. They're fucking jokes of journalists. All of them. Just so you know, the BBC's a fucking joke. But I want you to listen to Mr. fucking Hackman one more time. And let him go into it.
And as a kind of very balanced and neutral BBC reporter,
Of course.
I should preface this by saying you could look at this from a sort of Bernie Sanders perspective.
Oh, really?
Right? And actually, a lot of QAnon believers started out as Bernie supporters, and they got
a lot of QAnon supporters started out as Bernie Sanders supporters. A lot. Did you talk to what, one dude? Did you talk to one Bernie Sanders who used to support Bernie Sanders who's now a Q? So now it's a lot. You made that, huh? Is that science, bro? You got some fucking numbers to back up your bullshit? Very or fairly? Okay, we're at 317.
And as a kind of very balanced and
very. No, he said very. As a kind of very. It's not fairly. It's very. As a kind of very balanced. That's what he fucking said. Listen to it. Fucking question me, motherfucker.
And as a kind of very balanced and neutral BBC report.
Maybe he did say fairly. It's hard to tell. Maybe he did say fairly. He says it so fast. My bad. As a kind of fairly. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I think he does say, yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's my bad, bro. I think you're right.
As a kind of very balanced and neutral BBC.
And after listening to it again, I don't know. He's either saying very or fairly. And I do not know. But it could go either way, man. And if it's fairly, it makes sense. If it's very, it doesn't make sense at all. Somewhat fairly. Is that what he said? Somewhat fairly?
BBC reporter.
Of course.
I should preface this by saying he kind of became only part of the reason why Hillary.
Right. Well, there's a much longer history of
a long
Clintons and
history of the
conspiracies.
Clintons. Yeah, they thought that Hillary
They felt
Clinton.
that the election.
You could look at this from a from a sort of Bernie Sanders perspective, right? And actually, a lot of QAnon believers started out as Bernie supporters, and they got really mad when
Really
they
fucking
thought
mad.
that Hillary
They felt that
Clinton
the election
had
was
stiffed
the-
Bernie
right.
out of it, and that's
And do you see Jon Stewart sitting there and nodding along and not pushing back? Now, if I'm Jon Stewart at this point, I'm thinking, wait, Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders has been offering the most legitimate, common sense legislation that Jon Stewart agrees with. Of course, he's a progressive too, right? Why wouldn't he hesitate at least a second to push back on this false claim? And you hear very, yeah, I heard very, but it could be fairly. In all fairness, it could be fairly. So just to be fair, it could be fairly because he says it so fast. Fairly, very, very fairly, very fairly, 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 and very, very, very fairly, fairly. He's got an English accent. It's hard to tell. Fairly, he says it so fucking fast. So I'll give him that 1 point, but it doesn't negate Jon Stewart sitting here agreeing with him, agreeing along as he claims that a lot, and this is a lie. This is a straight fat fucking lie. A lot of Bernie Sanders supporters became QAnons when we all know it's a Trump fucking manufactured movement. We all know a bunch of Trumpers went into QAnon. And Jon Stewart sits there and just nods along sheepishly and literally straw man's into it. Oh, yeah, because of the Hillary Clinton thing. Yeah, the Hillary Clinton thing. Yes, of course. Oh, yes. Yes, the Hillary Clinton thing. Oh, yes. Listen to him play into it, guys. Listen to the straw manning going on here. And you guys know it's bullshit. His voice, the more it sounds like queefing, just I heard very, then fairly, then queef sounds.
and they got really mad when they thought that Hillary
They felt that
Clinton
the election
had
was
stiffed
the-
Bernie
that's right.
out of it, and that's part of the reason why
Oh, yeah.
Hillary
Oh, yeah.
kind of became
Oh, yeah, John.
part.
Oh, yeah,
Part of
John.
the reason why Hillary
Right.
sort
Well,
of-
there's a
Where's my
much
glasses?
longer history of
A
the
long
Clintons and
history of the Clintons.
conspiracies.
Yeah.
The
goes
long
all the way
history.
back.
Oh, yeah, I'm
There's a
agreeing with
sense in
you.
which some QAnon supporters are actually coming at this from a sort of left-wing perspective,
Sure.
whereby they feel
Look at Jon Stewart. Sure. Yeah, we're all left-wingers. QAnon's a left-wing conspiracy fucking shit show, John. And left-winger Jon Stewart is letting this man shove his cock up John's ass so far that it's coming out his fucking nose. He could smell the urine on the tip of his dick. He's just letting this dude ass fuck the truth. Straight up. Yeah, just ass fuck the truth, Brit, motherfucker. These motherfuckers with their goddamn stupid journalism. And Jon Stewart, oh yeah, because it's polished British guy. Oh, and he talks so nicely. Yes, and he's got this nice accent. And oh yes, yes indeed. Oh, certainly, yes. I've done some research. I dug very deeply. I dug so deeply into the QAnon, and do you know what I've uncovered? Oh yes, indeed. It is that a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters became QAnons. Isn't that amazing? I went undercover and I did some dusting and I got it dusted. I got it all done and dusted for you. This is what I've done. I've done the research. This is what the BBC puts forth. This is what the UK allows to represent them as journalists. You know, and where the fuck are the goddamn British out here speaking out against this cunt? You guys should be screaming about this fucking cunt. This fucking cunt.
So that their concerns about how capitalism is currently running their lives have been squished, have been ignored. There's been no kind of mainstream outlet, political outlet for those concerns. You know,
Right.
we've been so kind of indoctrinated.
Indoctrinated.
Fiscal,
Just
it
as
comes
I'm
with-
in trying to indoctrinate Jon Stewart right now into believing that QAnon is a left-wing movement. Bernie Sanders supporters. This is fucking slanderous, man. I'm being slandered right now.
liberalism economics and all of this kind of stuff, and you know,
Right.
Bernie Sanders would just be like in any kind of, especially in America, right, where
I need a dab.
I think we live in a socialist
Stat!
country. Guys, we have a conservative government here. But anyway, they think because
Wait a
of our-
minute. You don't live in it. Hold on a second. I have a whole different.
What a complete failure of Jon Stewart. What a fucking complete failure on Jon Stewart's part to just sit here and let this cocksmoker from the BBC lie to his face and tell him that QAnon is a left-wing movement. You know, because Trump's coming back. You know? Yeah, man, that sounds left-wingish, John. You couldn't fucking figure that. I think he's lost his fucking mind. You know, there was a time in Jon Stewart's career where this wouldn't have gone over his head. He would have fucking snagged that shit and be like, whoa, motherfucker, throw it right back in that dude's face. Like, wait, whoa, what do you mean QAnon's left-wing? Why the fuck are you even on my show? Are you kidding me? They're a bunch of fucking moronic Trump supporters. Show me a fucking Bernie Sanders supporter among them. Did you found the one, huh? And that's your fucking piece of straw? Where are you, John? What happened to your mind, brother? God, you used to be so good, man. You used to be so beautiful. What happened to us, John? What happened to us, John? You're breaking my heart. You broke my heart, Johnny John. You broke my heart, Johnny boy. Why'd you do it? Why'd you break my heart, Johnny boy?
Headline for this podcast. You're not a socialist?
apparently you guys think we are.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that there's a sense among some.
Oh, you hate how I make a serious instance so funny? You hate it or you love it? No, you love it. Thank you. That's my talent, bro. That is my talent. And it's all just opinion and fun, man. I just have fun. That's all it is.
Some QAnon supporters, and not all of them, but some of them, that there has been no outlet for those kind of concerns.
No law regarding just having fun. Hey, man, girls just want to have fun, bro.
That has left them no other avenue but conspiracy theories.
I'm wondering if, in your mind, is the specificity of it what allows it to kind of catch fire? Is that what gives it its virality? Is it that people don't accept it? No, it's got to be something more than that. And was Q's secret, the secrecy of it and the specificity of it and the outrageousness of it? And was that the key, you think, to it catching such fire? And by the way, it's not as though
Cheers.
Other countries don't have that same sort of underlying populist feeling that there are forces aligned against you.
Absolutely.
Why hasn't it caught fire where you are?
Well, you guys are always first, so
Oh, that's very kind. That's very kind. Very kind.
So wherever you go, we follow. So obviously,
I see.
the wheels are about to come off our democracy as well. So that's very heartening. Look, I think one of the things is, yes, the specificity, and more specific than that, what could be more emotive than this idea that there are hundreds of thousands of children being trafficked every year by a cabal of politicians and financiers, and etc. Like,
by the way, it's very interesting that they pick on something that truly is like sex trafficking, child trafficking. Like, this is an issue.
of course it is.
And they have locked into like one of the more emotional issues. They
Like,
just described it to something.
Because that's how they get suckers in. Oh, how dare you not support us? We're anti-pedophilia. How dare you not support us? That's how it works, man. They guilt people into believing into their bullshit because how dare you not? No, because what if you're wrong and children are being abducted and sold, you know? That's how they get them.
From what I understand in terms of the people who are trying to fight actual child trafficking, makes it harder
Sure.
to actually take care of the thing that they seem most concerned about.
That's
Sure.
one of the reasons why I think it caught fire so much, because it's so emotive, right? As a parent, that any idea that somebody might abduct your kid, you go
Right.
berserk,
Right.
right?
Right.
So this gets to now. So Q takes off in America, and it sort of metastasizes.
File recent child porn in his basement. Jon Stewart looks like a goddamn angel.
It is.
I love it.
I think it was the 27th of October.
I hate this
2017,
motherfucker. I'd like to spit on him
this message
because he's a
dropped on
fucking
4chan,
liar
which
and he
is like
slandered me.
precursor to 8chan.
Right.
And it's like,
Does anybody understand how that cunt in the yellow shirt slandered me? Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand how that fucking cunt in the yellow and blue shirts slandered me? Do you guys understand he slandered me? If you don't understand it, you know, maybe you came in late, let me know in the chat and I'll explain it to you. Billy says all this shit's just a pitch game, same method. Pastures, pastors, right, pastors. Used to use and the same method Billy Mays. Billy Mays here to sell Flex Seal. Billy Mays used to sell Flex Seal. It's an OxyClean and the entire Flex Seal family of products. You got to be able to switch between the two effortlessly. The build up, then the pitch. That's when the offering plates come out. Right? Right? Anyhow, yeah, he grouped me into QAnon. Well, I used to be a Bernie Sanders supporter. And he said that a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters, that's me, have become QAnon members. And I say that's a straight fucking lie. Doesn't Jon Stewart defend Bernie Sanders supporters? He's one himself. I guarantee you he supports Bernie Sanders. I bet you I could find an interview with him interviewing Bernie Sanders. I guarantee it. You guys want to see? Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I bet he's going on, right? Because he used to be a Bernie Sanders supporter, right? I pull that shit up in a second. I guarantee it. Jon Stewart, Bernie Sanders interview. How long did that fucking take? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy and what does he do? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Why won't it show me the fucking volume? Why won't it show me the fucking
Buster
mute?
on corporate greed and the decline of our middle class. Please welcome to the program, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Oh, look at that. Well, look at that. Jon Stewart. Oh, they're buddies. Oh, yeah. So John, you're going to believe all this Bernie Sanders policy. Does that mean that you're about to go join QAnon? You fucking hypocrite. You fucking cunt motherfucker. Hey, Jon Stewart, go fuck yourself. You're no good anymore. You're dead to me, motherfucker. Fuck off. Yeah. Bernie Sanders supporters ran off to go become QAnons. Yeah, that makes sense, Johnny. That makes sense, Johnny boy. That makes nothing but sense to me. But oh, you're going to fucking interview him on your show. How many fucking times? You're going to sit there and ask him pertinent questions, get great answers, understand the man's politics, understand people like me that understand reality. We supported people like Bernie Sanders. You know, we weren't going to be so easily fucking hoodwinked into joining QAnon. You fucking cunt, Jon Stewart. Fuck you. And you know what? John Oliver and fucking and the other one, Stephen Colbert. Fuck you by association, you funny motherfuckers. Fuck all three of you. And that other one. The one from South Africa. Fuck him. Or South Africa, right? Fuck him too. Fuck all the hosts from The Daily Show. And fuck Samantha Bee by association. How dare they be associated with The Daily Show? He grouped me into QAnon. Nick's like, that was fun. What's next, Nay? I don't know. Let's listen to Bernie Sanders a little bit. Let's hear what could have been, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Please
My
call the
pleasure.
speech. It is actually just a,
John, I just want to say I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, everybody here at the Daily Show, for having me on. I saw Stephen Colbert outside. He's doing very nicely. We smoked a couple of bong hits before I came inside. It was very nice. I want to tell you about Medicare for All, though. That's the very first thing I want to talk about. And then we're going to talk about a decent living wage for all of the people out there, because it is very important. But of course, I'm going to eventually sell out, and you're going to eventually sell out too, because everybody becomes a sellout. And it'll be very interesting to see if Trending Day sells out as well, because everybody's fucking selling out here, Johnny. You know what I'm saying, Johnny boy? Everybody's selling out. Give me some laughter in the chat if you appreciate my Bernie Sanders impersonation.
relatively faithful transcription of the 8.5 hour, would you call it a mini filibuster that you delivered?
It's a filibuster.
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 No, it's a filibuster.
8.5 hours is real time, yeah.
That's real time.
Real time, yeah.
And they don't do those anymore, really.
No.
They always
Practice.
say it. They profess they
Practice, baby.
And you were
Thank you,
basically
Greg.
using it to protest the budget deal that Democrats and Republicans reached on the tax cut, or the not the tax cut, the budget cut.
Scale
Well,
popcorn.
what that was about was the agreement between the president, the Democratic leadership, and the Republicans, which continued Bush's tax breaks for the very, very wealthy, which at a time of a huge
Slightly
deficit
scale.
didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Bernie, how can you? That's not intelligent. How can you punish the most productive amongst us with what I think we all know are job cutting and killing tax cuts? They are job producers, sir. I'm really quite shocked that you would go on record in this manner.
Well, sorry to shock you, but the reality is that today we have a middle class which in many respects is collapsing. Phenomenally well. We have the top 1%
God, man.
earning more income than the bottom 50%.
Dude, what year was this, guys? 2011. Listen to this. This is just
The top 400.
now everyone says this, but he was the only one back then. And he was warning us and warning us and warning us. And now we've got Bezos and Gates and Musk. And he was warning us, man.
Individuals in this country own more wealth than the bottom 150 million Americans.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
How have we been convinced? Because really the tax bite in this country is the lowest it's been since the 1950s.
Right.
The income disparity is larger than it's been since, what is it, the 1920s, I guess they would
Yes,
say.
that's right.
So why have we been convinced, and why is the argument taking place on those terms? It is now seen as a fait accompli that to tax the high tax brackets, even back to Clinton rates of the 90s, which was very successful economically, that is unacceptable. How has the debate been?
Honestly, John, I think our right-wing friends and all of their moneyed interests have a lot of power in the media. They have their own television network. They control 90% of talk radio. And what they have done is done an excellent job in diverting attention away from the real issues facing the American people.
But this is not our left-wing friends or the Democrats are not fighting back with that either. The argument hasn't been that. The argument's been the Republicans think government's too big. They want to cut $60 billion. And the Democrats say, have 30.
You're right.
They have not in any way made an argument for efficiency, accountability, where the money would go, addressing problems.
Well, I think that's some of what I dealt with in the speech. But the issue, it seems to me, is with a $1.6 trillion deficit, it is insane to think that the only way you're going to move toward a balanced budget is by slashing college Pell Grants, by cutting Medicaid, by converting Medicare into a voucher program, by cutting programs that working class people and middle class people desperately need. And at the same time, our Republican
Dakota,
friends say, well,
what's
we're gonna do
up?
all of these terrible things to the most vulnerable people in America. But you know what? We're not going to ask billionaires to pay a nickel more in taxes. I think that is insane.
Listen to the support, right? Listen to screaming.
Seems the same.
Look,
How the Democrats made the case.
so Jon Stewart allows the audience to respond that way, but he does not acknowledge their support. You guys realize that? He did not acknowledge the audience's support for what Bernie Sanders just said. He just totally plays it straight. And, you know, you can respect him for that somewhat, but at the same time, if you're agreeing with somebody, you know, he didn't need to. His audience got it. It's almost like John's intentionally not agreeing with what he's saying because he knew his audience was going to respond that way, and he wants his audience to respond on their own without his influence. I get it.
Okay, so here's what I fear now, is that the public has lost confidence in the government's ability to solve even the most basic common sense problems. And I point to this even the how can we make the case to people that this government or our government is competent enough to even make common sense changes to tax codes, to regulation? Or am I
would look
is
at
that
it.
a false
I would
premise?
look at it in a different way. I'm not here to defend all aspects of government. God only knows there's an enormous amount of incompetence and waste. But on the other hand, what we do take for granted is you have a social security system today, which for 75 years
Cheers,
has
James.
paid out every nickel owed to every eligible American, has reduced poverty among senior citizens from 50% to 10%. You got a Medicare system. It has its problems, but there are millions and millions of seniors today who are alive and healthy because of Medicare. You have Pell Grants, which are enabling young people to get a college education who otherwise would not have. So while we want to make sure the government is run efficiently and honestly, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. And let's not accept that Republican line that we want to go back to the 1920s when a handful of very wealthy people controlled it all. We have fought for 70 years for rights of working people. You're seeing what's going on in Wisconsin. Even the right to collectively bargain for public
Hey,
is now
Orlando.
being taken away. They want to do away, some of them want to do away with the concept of the minimum wage. So I think what we have to do as a people is say, sorry, yeah, we're going to make government more efficient, but working people have rights. Healthcare should be a right of.
Hey, Orlando, are you watching with anybody right now? Or are you alone?
All people, not just the privilege of the wealthy.
You broke the speech. Can you stick around about 5 minutes before we're going to have more?
Okay, it's done. That's it. That was the end of that. You're alone. All right, what's up, buddy? You and Jesus. When you said we're here, you meant you and Jesus? Right on, bro. Marlo. Hey, Marlo, did you know you had your own song? You got your own theme song, Marlo. Did you know that? Oh my God, you know about the Magic Movie Machine. I fucking love it. Oh my God, I fucking love you. That was fucking awesome, Marlo. That was fucking awesome. Oh, that was so much fun. I nailed that shit. Hey, Cult of Dusty, nailed it. I nailed that shit. I don't say that. He'll be like, didn't nail it. Totally missed it. You guys need to check out Cult of Dusty on YouTube. I really think you guys should do that. Jackson Hinkle. God damn, he slayed Sam Cedar. Watch him, please. There's so many people I think you guys should be watching out there. You know, Graham Elwood, Lee Camp, Ronnie Placone, with whom I was watching today. I was watching the Ron Placone show. He was on the show. You know, I checked out a little bit of Jimmy Dore the other day. Ugh. Whew. I'd like to message Jimmy Dore and say, "Hey Jimmy, would you consider having me on a guest of your show, like regular, so that I can disagree with a lot of what you say?" Because I noticed that almost everyone you have on your show, they're a friend of yours, and I consider myself a friend of you as well. But no one ever really disagrees with you or gives you any pushback. Would you allow me to have like a counter narrative to some of the things I hear you saying on your show? He's like, no, go away. Why the fuck would I want that? It's called the Jimmy Dore Show, not the fucking push back on Jimmy Dore Show. I nailed it. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I just think that what Sam Seder did to Jimmy Dore was fucking underhanded bullshit for all the wrong reasons. And there's no reason to me, and I guess that was a good demonstration to me, you know, the way Sam Seder treated Jimmy Dore. So rude. Him and Michael Brooks and the other guys on there. They're all sons of bitches. What they were saying about Jimmy Dore. And that other one, Emma, fuck them all. You know? Fuck them all. Fuck all the ones that are off camera in the back. I'll fuck them all. I learned that, you know, if you disagree with somebody, you disagree with what they're saying on their show, you don't attack them personally. By listening to Sam Seder, attack Jimmy Dore personally. By listening to Michael Brooks, attack Jimmy Dore personally, instead of on the issues that they disagreed with him on. And, you know, it was so vulgar that I hated him. And, you know, I remember Michael Brooks saying, I was like, what a fucking cunt, that Michael Brooks. What a fucking cunt. I remember thinking that about him. You know, and just fucking hating him and Sam Seder and the other guy whose name I don't know that was on the Seder show at the time. This was a real long time ago. But they were just talking so much shit. And I was a fan of both of theirs. And, you know, as I look back on that, I realize if Sam Seder had treated Jimmy the way Jimmy treated Sam Seder, which was with respect and not to talk shit about him on the show, the community would have been so much stronger and more powerful, and it would have been larger. It would have been so much larger. Docky Doc Doc, what's up, brother? You know, attack someone's fucking narrative. Attack their lies. But show them a little respect. And you know, the thing was, the first time that I heard, and I was listening to them intently at the time, both Sam Seder and Jimmy Dore, right? Listening to both of them intently. And the first time that I heard Sam Seder talk shit about Jimmy Dore, do you want to know what the fuck it was over? It was over the fact that Jimmy Dore had more subscribers than Sam Seder did. And I was like, I was subscribed to both their channels. And I remember thinking to myself, well, Sam, just be patient, man. You'll catch up eventually. You'll get more viewers, man. You'll make it to 1 million eventually. You know, I remember when Sam Seder had less subscribers than me. And he subscribed to my channel. He's still subscribed to my channel. I saw him. Sam Seder is still subscribed to one of my YouTube channels. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? I think it was because I did a video that was critical of Jimmy Dore. He thought he had, you know, a common you know, we had a common enemy, the two of us, you know, so he subscribed to my channel. But what ended up happening was I grew and realized it was about what people say, not about people, not about them personally, you know? And Sam Cedar never grew. And he proved it 2 days ago when he got eviscerated by Jackson Hinkle in the debate that they had about the squad. Or as Jackson says, the fraud squad. And I agree. They're a bunch of fucking frauds. You got so many followers from my tweet. Oh, John, good, brother. Good. Thoughts on the trucker convoy in Canada? Over 100,000 trucks so far. What are my thoughts on it? It's a waste. What a massive waste of gasoline. You know, they didn't have to deal with their trucks. Think all the pollution that's fucking creating. Fuck, dude. All the CO2. All those trucks that are on the road just fucking pumping out, fucking belching out fucking carbon. Ugh. I mean, I agree with them. You know, convoy, no mandates. I agree. I just think it's a little, you know, it's a little silly. They're truck drivers. It's not like they're exposed to people. They're in their trucks driving most of the time. They shouldn't be so fucking worried about it. You know, the ones who should be worried about it are the first responders. People who are by their job description, are up in people's faces all day. You know, all the way down to the fucking clerk at the smallest little retail store. You know, or corner store. But a truck driver that's sitting alone in a truck all day, please. My heart bleeds for them. You know, it's kind of silly, if you ask me. But like I said, I agree with them. You know, I don't want these man baby dates. And Jay, don't put any more flags in my chat, please, in the future. No more flags. I don't do flags. I don't like them. Fuck all flags. You know, I just wonder if Cardano's going to go down to 96 cents or not. I still have those two purchase orders are open still. And it's at $1.01 right now. It went all the way down to $1 and now it's going up. It went all the way down from $1.10. It was at $1.10. It went all the way down to $1. And it won't go down to 96 cents. It's just got to go down 5 more cents, man. It's at 101. It's so funny how I'm not purchasing that fucking Cardano. 101. I should just reorder them right now at 101 and just be like, just get the 101. It's so close to goddamn. You know, I was trying to get 97 or 90. Yeah, 7 cents. It's 4 cents away. 100. What's 4 cents times 900? SFC is coming down on Celsius and other platforms. Interest on staking. SEC. They're coming down. What's the verdict on it? How bad? How hard are they coming down? Is Celsius gonna have to send me a fucking message? You have to take all my fucking money out. Oh boy, that feels good, man. A dab, a little coffee, nice stretch on the spine there. I laid in the bathtub this morning before I took a shower. Tweeting at Nays Garden. That's me. I'm on Twitter. Going through it and shit, having fun. At Nays Garden on Twitter. Support me there. And so much shit came up this morning. So many people were engaging my tweets. And, we're arguing about stupid shit, but people were actually engaging me in conversation. I was impressed. I guess I had to troll it out of some people, but I'm just putting my opinion out there. And if people want to respond, they respond. I saw something that Neil Young did and I decided to say something about it, and it got under somebody's skin. They think Joe Rogan should be silenced. And I said, you're like a goddamn Nazi. You know what they're like? They're like, who here sides? They's like, who sides with Neil Young? I said, Nazis do. And someone was like, what? And then I had to explain, and I was like, yeah, Nazis used to silence people that they disagreed with as well. And then she didn't respond to that. In fact, she blocked me, I believe, on Twitter. Because I guess I'm a Nazi. Because I defend the speech of Nazis. I mean, if you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. I'm just calling you what you are. That's all. If you want to call yourself, if you're fucking want to be a Nazi and act like a Nazi, you got every right to do that. First Amendment. Go right ahead. Do it. Just don't break the law while you do it. That's all. Don't break the law. Call yourself whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. Hey, man, I didn't leave that space when that guy came in and said he was a black Nazi. It didn't offend me. If he wants to refer to himself in that way. And you know what? It turns out that a whole room full of people defended my position on it while I sat there voiceless. And I listened to Rome just destroy this motherfucker. SEC deciding if Celsius and others should be registered as a security. I don't know. I mean, if you have to pay taxes on it, I guess, yeah, right? I don't mind paying taxes on my crypto gains. As long as I get to claim my crypto losses. How about that? They're going to be fucked if they allow that shit, and it works both ways. When they think everyone's getting rich, Mutual funds. Huh. Is it going to drop again? Drop again? Drop again? Ethereum says it is, man. It's just been dropping straight down. Bitcoin is everything's showing a little slight recovery upwards right now, but it's not the first time that little recovery is happening in this drop. So it looks like it could drop again. Oh, whoa, there goes Ethereum. The bottom just dropped out. Right when I said it, man. Theta, Overland, Sandbox, Flocky, WaxP, Mana, Synthetics, Bitcoin. Synthetics is at $4.42, down from $5, up from $4.40. It is right at its low. It's 24-hour low right now, $4.40. At the bottom is Wilder, Loopring, Phantom, Luna, Atom, ILV, AXS, Moon River, Scale, AVAX, Sushi, and Harmony One is all the way down to 17 cents from 19 cents. It is almost at its 24-hour low. We're in a drop, guys. You know what? Cardano could go down to 96 cents, man. I might make these purchases might go through for me right now. This could happen right now. The whole market's dropping. Right as I brought this chart up for you, everything is going to hit its 24-hour low. We are on the 24-hour low of Bitcoin right now. I think we just hit it. No, my bad. I'm not sure. Ethereum. We just hit the 24-hour low on Ethereum. We just hit the 24-hour low on Cardano. We just hit the 24-hour low on Matic. We just hit the 24-hour low on I believe, man. It looks like it. It just doesn't say. It says 526. Yep, that's it. We're in the low right now, 526. That was it. We just candled down to 526, guys. That is it. We're going to go lower. We're going to go lower. Watch the wick. Oh, we're at 540. 543. 591. Okay, it's correcting right now, but let's just see. Don't hold your breath, guys. That fucking Cardano could go down, could very well go down to fucking 96 cents. We are in a fucking nosedive right now. And Sandbox is close behind the rest of the market. But everything else is down. You see Sandbox on the far right, still in the green at 2.35%, guys. Whole bunch of people are selling off right now. So I'm assuming that this SEC decision just scared a whole bunch of people. I guess Oracle was right on top of this shit, as he is supposed to be. We are free falling. Crypto's virtually free. Free falling. Okay. We're going to hit 99 cents. There it is. 99 cent Cardano. It's trying, man. It's trying to hit 99 cent Cardano. One 1.0089. Here comes the drop, guys. Get ready for it. I think it's going to drop more. We are just looking at this massive free fall. I don't mind it at all. Cardano, it's 101. It's going up. Cardano looks like it's trying to climb up, just trying so hard. Do I think crypto will bounce back later in the year? Oh, Marlo, I think it's going to bounce back at any moment. You know? You just have to watch it and see what it does, man. I really think it's going to skyrocket. I think it'll hit a point where there's going to be some massive buying in. People are just going to be like, I can't resist. Plus, the amount of people involved in the crypto markets is going to increase by billions in the near future. I was just watching that on Lark Davis' channel this morning. There's no stopping the value of crypto. So, I mean, there'll be dips like this and stuff, but it's going to just keep going up. I just kind of want Cardano to go down like 5 more cents right now. It's a tall order. It's barely moving. In fact, it's moving upwards. The market's fucking correcting itself. It's killing me. Or I could buy anything right now, bro. Anything on the fucking board I could buy. But I don't know, man. 97-cent Cardano is so hard to pass up, and if it's going to happen, it could just happen. While the market is down where it is right now, it's a lot better chance of it happening if it stays down here. So if Bitcoin starts going horizontal and flattens out, it's very possible that it drops more. It's got a lot of room to drop. Right now, it's trying to correct, man. I mean, fucking A, bro. It's almost at $1.02 on Cardano. So every $100, every penny, 1,000 pennies. Is that $10? Yeah. $10 for every penny. 97. So 40, that's like $40 difference. If I just break down and get it right now. Because I have no idea what the market's about to do. Fucking giant head and shoulders pattern inside a giant head and shoulders pattern inside a giant head and shoulders pattern on fucking Elon. That head and shoulders pattern repeating itself is also on Bitcoin. But then there was a big upside down head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin. Upside down head and shoulders pattern. Yes, definitely. And it went down. But I think that countered that giant head and shoulders pattern. So it's probably going to start moving back upwards. I'm assuming. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Bitcoin, the 24-hour right now. That's this chart right here. How do birds feed? What color is a mirror? I wonder how many chickens it would take to kill him. Have you ever heard of Rogue Guitars? I don't know if I'm actually familiar with that one. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour, says Patrick John Welder. Oh shit! This never happens to me on a live stream. I'm getting one of those fucking nerve. Oh fuck, dude! I'm getting. I usually just put triage oil on; it goes away instantly. Holy shit! Oh my goodness! That felt like an electric shock hit me in the side of my toe. Oh, oh man. You know, if I hadn't rubbed that triage oil in, it'd still be hurting me. It always takes it away, man. Holy shit. I think that's the first time that's ever happened to me on a podcast. Holy shit. Usually happens to me when I'm in bed, maybe once a month or once every 2 months. Oh, got my triage. That's Dwayne the Rock song. Oh, an older guy was throwing one away at the dump, so I got it. Perfect shape. I'll give it to my son. Rogue guitar? No. Good, man. Why do I press harder on the remote when the battery is dying? Because it actually works. Because it won't work until you do. Dude, the whole market just shot up straight. That's great. I mean, I can't complain, man. I don't mind really missing this Cardano buy. It's going to cost me $2. $2. $2. All right, so that's what's up, guys. You know, hashtag keep it open. You guys are the greatest fucking audience on the goddamn internet. You listen to me say all kinds of fucking shit on here, and it's fun as fuck, isn't it? You want to continue that fun? Come join me over on Twitter, guys. It's so much fun. And just wrecking shit over there. Come on over. At Nays Garden on Twitter. Download the app. I'll see you all there. You guys take care. Nick Brown, hashtag keep it open, brother. Bye, guys. The show loves you. Bye, y'all.